Hello and welcome everyone, Lionheart here, and today I'm taking a look at Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. I'm sure you've seen some videos about this game already on YouTube, and I wanted to take a look myself, so the devs very kindly gave me early access to it. I believe I have just had an email saying that the game will go public on Steam on the 12th of April. It is in alpha at the moment. You can see down the bottom I've got the alpha version 0.2, so I don't know exactly, their full development plans. Maybe I'll have a chat to the developer if I can, and see what their plans are, how they want to expand this game, and what have you. I assume it's with like loads more models, different animations, things like that, and obviously more maps as time goes on. But if you guys have any battle simulations you would like me to do and pit units against each other for your viewing pleasure, then let me know down in the comment section. Feel free to specify the units, the amount of them, and which map. So if I just go on to the start game, it's a very kind of easy interface to work with. I'll just go through the various unit categories that you can choose from and show you all the units just in the tabs here, just so that you guys can start crafting requests if you want to down in the comment section of more battles you'd like to see later on. And then we'll get into a battle that I'll craft today. So I'm on the City of the Lost Crusaders, which is a new map they've just added in. Just before they had World of Thieves, and there's like a castle in the middle of it, which is pretty cool. The maps are actually quite big, so you can have pretty large scale or even like multi-point kind of battle simulations here. You can have one scrap here, and then you can have units holding in another position. But I'm going to go on the City of Lost Crusades. You can choose your weather, you can choose time of day. I've gone for midday. So the battle I've got set up here right now is just one I was trialing out last night, where I've got two groups of 250 archers on each flanks up on the high cliffs, which are holding position and just firing down into a zombie horde of 5,000. I then have 1,000 heavy knights in the center, led by a golden knight right at the front. And they're attacking the zombies as they attack up the slope. What I'm thinking is I'll do that, and also I have a unit of cavalry at the back, but what I'm going to do is make that charge a little bit more impactful. I'm going to change that to 500, and then I'll just show you these bottom tabs. I'll go through all the other units that are in the game, so you guys can start making requests if you want to. So yeah, I've got a unit here of cavalry, 500 I'm going to have here. They're going to attack. Rank shape, I don't quite know what... is that how... Oh, okay, let's try it. What happens if I do it 2.0? Ooh, okay, if I just do it at 1? Makes it into a column. Ooh, that'd be interesting. Let's do them like, kind of... Actually, 0.5. 0.8. Let's try like a long column charge. So I'm going to have them there. But, I don't know. I think 5,000 zombies isn't enough. Let's make it 10,000. But then let's increase the defenders a little bit. And I'm also going to... We'll pop in one more team. I'm going to put some defenders right in the square as a last stand. Oh, should they make it through. But yeah, it's really easy to place units for the simulations here. You can just literally click on them. You can rotate them around really nice and easily. It's a very simple and easy interface to work with. I don't know what performance is going to be like, to be honest. It's pretty good most of the time, so we shall see. In fact, actually, I'm thinking I want my cavalry. There's a bridge over here. I'm going to have them coming over across that bridge. I don't know if that will break their pathfinding or whatever. Pop them over there. They'll come in from that way. Maybe I should have two cavalry forces, because it's 10,000 zombies. We'll work on that in a minute. Anyway, let's show you the other units you can go through. So we've got medieval. So in the medieval units category, we have heavy knights, footmen, archers, cavalry, and catapults. In the hero section, we have the Golden Knight, or Chuck Norris. I'm sure there'll be some requests for Chuck Norris. World War II, we've got US Soldier. Evil, we have Zombie. And I assume they're going to be adding loads more units and stuff over time. Ancient Greece, you've got Roman, Spartan, or Wildman. Fantasy, you have Orc or Giant Ogre. Animals, you have Chicken, Penguin, or Tortoise. And I have heard the Tortoise is meant to be... He's a new unit. He's meant to be pretty badass. So maybe I should have a Tortoise defending my square. Just because... No, we'll do that another time. I think we're going to stick with medieval. And I am going to throw in another cavalry unit. But it's going to be a smaller unit of cavalry. I'm trying to work out the best way to get these charges kind of timed. If I put these guys back here, we're going to want to make them team 1 so that they attack as well. They're set to the attack, so you have attack or hold position, depending on what you want them to do. So they're going to attack as well. I'm hoping if I pop them back here, they'll attack about the same time as that cavalry charge comes in into the back of the horde of zombies. So I was going to put myself, give myself a last stand group as well. So we're going to put in a last stand of footmen, 250. Let's make it 500. Don't know how well they'll like form up. They might just spawn onto buildings, but we're going to pop them in the center here. Tell them to hold position. Team 1. So it's all of this versus 10,000 zombies. So in fact, how many have we got in total? We've got 2,000 there with those guys. 2,500. 3,000. 3,250. My count. So let's see if these odds we can defend the city of Lost Crusaders against the 10,000 zombie horde. But battles can get bigger than this. I think one of the devs was mentioning they actually tried it with 1 million models in-game. And it was like a massive lag fest. But it didn't, like, the game didn't die. It didn't crash. So here's the map. We can see the city behind us. It's just loading in the units. We can see the FPS top corner. Might be a little bit... I might need to change some graphic settings, to be fair. I don't know what the best kind of way of tweaking those settings to get kind of optimal performance at the moment. So we'll see. But once you zoom in, it goes up again. It's just when you zoom out for those wide pans. But yeah. So there is the zombie horde facing us. 10,000. And you can also right-click on a unit here. We can't do it once we've got to wait until we start the battle. But you can right-click on them and actually possess a unit. So you can actually kind of loosely control it. It feels a bit clunky. But you can move units around. You can tell it to attack. The attack system seems to be a bit clunky at the moment, but we'll see how that goes. I actually should have realised I should have spread my archers out way more on the cliff here in their formation. But yeah, so I've got 2 groups of archers defending here. We've got all my knights at the top, ready to charge them down. We've got the golden knight at the front, leading the charge, waggling their swords about. And then we've got more archers over on that flank. So let's just go find these footmen. So yeah, here are the footmen. Okay, so it does shape them around the buildings. That's cool. We've got footmen holding the square. They will hold to the bitter end. I wonder if we can actually place archers up on here. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, this is a new map they've just released. That's pretty cool. Some golden warrior here. All done in Unity, so it looks really good and it performs very well for the most part as well. Obviously, though, some people say, oh wow, this can run like 10,000 no lag and stuff like that. Why can't Total War? I would say the reason with Total War is that there's more probably pathfinding logic, more AI logic than this game. At the moment, this is like a pure simulation. I don't think you can really command. You can't command units. I think you can actually rally troops to follow you. I need to look into that. I have heard people saying you can like rally groups of units to you when you actually possess a unit. So that's something that I might look at as well. But yeah, it's not on the same level of Total War. This is a simulator, similar to Tabs, Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. I never actually played... Well, I played like a smidge of that. But this looks a lot more up my street, just the scale and the types of units fielded. So here we've got the cavalry. There's 500 in this group. They're going to be charging across this bridge and try and hit the zombies in their flank. And then we also have the other unit of cavalry back here. 250 cavalrymen waiting at the back. And we can see we've got stats on screen. We've got FPS. We've got then Team 1. So, we've got 3,104. Oh, maybe it didn't spawn in all of those footmen or knights. It doesn't look like it spawned in all the zombies either, because it should have been 10,000. But maybe because of where they're placed, basically, where they've clipped buildings, they've deleted the units that would have gone there. I imagine that is the case. And I think it's probably lost like 2 zombies or something over here. Yeah, look, there's 2 zombies missing in the ranks here because of this rock, basically. So it's deleted them. That's fine, though. That's interesting to see how that works. So it's the time in the day is already progressing on. So let's start the battle. And we can slow down time over here. That's what I'm going to do. So you can see the Golden Knights going in at the front there. The knights charging down. They've got their attack order, so in they go. And in those guys charge. Archers are firing. Cavalry should be charging across the bridge and charging down this path, this valley behind them. But in the knights go. Archers should be firing from up here. I think a lot of them probably will clip this top cliff. I probably should have positioned them forward a smidge, but they're still going to get some nice shots onto the zombies. Yeah, we can see the cavalry moving. We can, obviously, go full speed, watch them clash. And something that I do really like about this simulator, this game, is that the bodies actually stack up. So you get that kind of 300-esque body of walls, because the units have to start going up that. Oh, here come the cavalry. So these guys at the back are going to get there first. I think the bridge may have screwed up the other cavalry units pathfinding. So some of the zombies have seen these the cavalry coming on in, and they've tried to stop them. Not much charge impact, unfortunately. Or it might be as more of them come in, and the other cavalry units coming in from the flank drip fed in 500 of them. That's in their column formation. But they're hitting the zombies hard at the back, so we can actually see, let's take a look at the stats. Enemies have lost 200 odd so far. No, sorry, haven't lost 200. They've lost 1,400 so far. They've only killed about 200. And you can now actually see the zombies have split up into two groups. One to hold their flank, and one to keep on pushing forward against my heavy knights at the front here, which are pushing forward quite nicely. I think the Golden Knight has long since died, though. But you can see there's the units are kind of rising up in the center here. The archers continuing to get shots off where they can, but yeah, the zombies actually rising up as the pile of bodies builds to like a natural mound and ridge in the middle, which I don't know if that's necessarily advantageous to the way the simulation kind of codes these guys. If there's like a height advantage or penalty or anything, I imagine not. But actually the zombies, though, are pushing us back, and there's just so many of them. Look at that mound, though, as they pop up over that ridge. Yeah, and the zombies at the back are actually, they're done with the cavalry. They've killed off that 250 unit of cavalry. The rest of the cavalry is still pulling in over here, and it's drawing some of the zombies over as they try and distract these zombies from getting into the city of the Crusaders here. Let's turn the stats back on and see what we're up to. So we've killed 4,600. We're nearly getting towards half. They've killed 1,000. They've killed about half. They've killed just over half our force. But those zombies really pushing through in the center. They're gonna break my knights. I'm gonna try and see if I can control one. So here we go. I've possessed this knight. You can see his health bottom left. Oh, they're flanking us. The zombies are flanking us. I've killed one, but there's so many of them. I can't hold them all, and my knight is dead. And so they're now flanking my poor knights, which isn't going to end well for them. I'm going to see if I can possess a cavalry unit here. Just ride into them. For the king! That kill many of them, just going into them there. Yeah, I probably should have had those cavalry charges the other side of the bridge. That really broke up their charge. I'm hoping that they'll be able to add in slightly better kind of charge impact into this. But oh god, the archers are just getting wrecked. The zombies, you can just see the blood everywhere on the floor. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Just food for the zombies at this point. And there's still 5,800 of them remaining. That doesn't make sense. If you killed 6,000 and there's 5,000. Unless troops are becoming zombies. Actually, the remaining amount's going up. So what, are some of them rising up as zombies? Oh yeah, they're spawning in as zombies. Oh, wow, okay. I don't know if it does that an equal 1-to-1 ratio for every single one they kill, they get a zombie. But now the zombie horde, that's cool. So they rise up again. So it's down to my footmen that remain here in the streets. The zombie horde spilling on in, heading towards them. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. They're wiggling their way through the streets. My poor old footmen. Need some like torches and stuff. The atmospheric mood. These footmen aren't very good from what I remember. Charge! Oh dear, he's dead straight away. He's only got 200 health. Oh, there is a torch there. Slow-mo here. Footmen are killing some of them, but for every one they kill, or for every few they kill, another rises. And I think this day, the city of the Crusaders will belong to the zombies. You just see the blood on the floor that gets knocked out. They got wrecked. We killed 6,000 zombies, but they rose nearly another 2,000 than what they started with. You just see the massive bodies here, and this is what I like. Like, you see that ridge that was created by just all these bodies. They had to climb up, which I think just looks really cool. Love that it does that. I would love for a strategy game to one day take advantage of like kind of cover mechanics like that and like really scan the terrain that in depth. Cavalry did nothing. I think we need like proper heavy knights, like mounted. The zombies just spilling. You can see the rows of archers. It looks like a tilled field of just dead archers. We've only got 4 remaining. Oh, there we go. The zombies are victorious. And the city of the Crusaders has been lost. Damn. In fact, I want to see just the start of that battle again. I want to make a few little tweaks to it with the cavalry. And also, I don't think that column worked that well. So let's go here and make them spread out a little bit. Won't do the full battle again. But we'll just see if we can make a little tweak. Just piques my interest here. Especially, we can zoom right in on these guys. So, with these archers, where are they? So let's make you 3.0. Yeah, there we go. And really, in fact, it's no good there because of the cliff line, but we've got to be careful putting them this close to the cliff because they might fall off. They might spawn off and fall. Let's put them there, though, and then we'll do the same for the other archer unit. Might lose a few to the cliff. Let's just see how that goes. And let's grab these heavy knights. Put them slightly further forward. In fact, we can actually rank shape you out a little bit. There we go. So you won't lose any men. Let's pull that Golden Knight back a smidge. Let's just see how that goes. In fact, let me just go to the options and let's just set everything to high and take everything to high. I love you got potato quality in there and see how this affects things. Everything's there. It's all set up. Let's see how it goes this time. With kind of round 2. Load in the units. Just see how that affects the cavalry. The zombies are still there. Archers, yeah, we've lost a few of them in that front row because they couldn't quite move up to it. But I wonder if that's going to be better for them firing. More spread out like that. Knights there. I'm kind of tempted to control the Golden Knight as I go in and just see how we deal. And then we've got the cavalry over at the back here. So let's start this battle. Just gonna quickly charge him with the oh, right through his chest. Golden Knight, he's got 2,000 health. Goes down so quickly though, zombies do so much damage. I think Chuck Norris is meant to have like a million health. Cut them down. Right, I've slowed it down. One, so we can see the knights flooding in here, but also because the cavalry is now slamming on into the rear. Yeah, it needs to have like more kind of pull through, I guess. The cavalry does. I think was it Rome? Was it Rome or at launch that had like literally the cavalry hit infantry and just stopped dead? Or was it Attila? Because it shows you can run through the cavalry. Because when I possessed that cavalry unit, you could push them through. See how these archers are doing over on this cliff. Yeah, a few of them trying to fire down on the zombies and they're not getting the shots. Okay. To reposition my archers. Maybe if I had them right in the middle at the back here. That's doing pretty well. Let's sit back here and we can actually go to the scale and in fact increase the speed. Double time. And just see how things do. Actually, with the zombies haven't deployed too many over on this side. Cavalry's actually doing a pretty good job. But yeah, there's this big old block of zombies over on this side when they turn around. I think the cavalry might actually win on this flank, though. It'll be interesting to see if the cavalry loops round and goes after these guys or tries to go in there. Just grab this cavalry unit. Kill a few zombies. I got turned around. Oh, okay, they're charging this way now. Just try and mow as many of you down as I can. Oh, no, I got wrecked. I don't know if that's doing damage to them. I'm kind of hoping it is. Yeah, so we broke on that flank, but there's just not enough cavalry now to really go through them. So I reckon the zombies are still going to win the day. I reckon I need to do like a 1,000-man cavalry charge. No, more than that. Way more than that. Like 2, 3, maybe. It's just the density of the zombies. And the fact that they actually gain more as they kill. Because obviously they're creating more zombies by the people they're killing. But look, yeah, look at this mound that's been created. I love that. I think that's awesome. Lionheart impressed by mounds. Or ridges. They're almost back on themselves. They'll almost be to a point where they'd be falling back on themselves by the incline. I don't think the archers are that useful. Mainly because they've shot a million arrows into their feet right now. Oh dear, need to give them a better vantage point. I wonder if I put them on the flanks and like held them here and just shot at them. Because I wonder how effective the archers actually are if they got their arrows off. So yeah, that might be something we try out in another battle, but that's where we're going to wrap this one up for now, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. I know it's a bit different, and I know it may not interest everyone because it is, you know, just a simulation. I know some of you might prefer to see an actual kind of fort controlled battle as such, but if you'd like to see some interesting scenarios through this, and I'll probably keep coming back to this every so often as they add in new maps and new units and see how that changes things. I'm sure they'll be making tweaks and changes as things go on. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen here today. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Take pride and join the Legion. Check out my affiliates and sponsors, XMG, Greenman Gaming, and Overclockers UK. Until the next one, ciao for now.